Hello beautiful people, welcome back again to my channel, and right now we're going to Wyoming. And this has been one of our biggest bucket list dreams, visiting the two iconic national parks here, the Grand Teton and the Yellowstone. We've been planning this trip since year 2024, and we're finally making it happen now. It wasn't easy, of course, because of how expensive the lodging, especially if it is too close to the national parks, the food and the gas, and finally we did it. So come along with us as we start this unforgettable adventure in Wyoming. And we traveled almost 11 hours from New Mexico to Wyoming. Then we decided to just bought the red card or the American. I think it's an annual card for 1 year for you to get an access for all the national parks, and it's only $80 instead of paying every time like $30 or more in each car in each national park. So we choose to just bought it and we can use for 1 year. And the best time to visit Grand Teton National Park is late spring to early fall, like between May to September. And during this time, the weather is pleasant and warm. The roads and hiking trails are fully open. Wildflowers are blooming, especially in the month of June and July. The wildlife is so active, you can just spot it even while you're just walking. And yes, they are still dangerous, just avoid scaring them. We're lost in a wanderlust. Our room for tonight. And we booked a hotel just a few minutes from Grand Teton National Park, and since it's peak season, it's month of June, most hotels and inns in the area were much more expensive. Gisabawan ng pan nga na cheese. Ayan na, $9 na din. Ay, basi tuslo siya. Abi na ko, bulalo. And right now, we're driving on our way to Grand Teton National Park, and everything just looks so beautiful. What I like about this place is it feels like you are in two different worlds. If you want lakes, rivers, falls, and mountains, it's all in here. And of course, this state is also known for its geysers, especially in Yellowstone National Park. So it's like whatever kind of nature you're looking for, you can find it in here. And like what my partner said, it's not too crowded with buildings or developments. It still feels like natural.
Ang Wyoming, dili kay siya spoil. Diba, sa Colorado, dagang building. Dagang balay-balay.
Kasi di pa ni sentro.
Ah?
Kaya itong di pa ni siya sentro. Like, diligid siya.
Lagi na kita sentro kayo siya yan. Gani kita kang dagang building.
Nakuha sa ilang river. Magbaha po ni. Uy na, sulog ka ayo. Ito di ka.
Pantay ka itong sa tubero.
We stopped at a famous barn. It's called Molten Barn, the one you always see when you search Wyoming on Google. It's such an iconic spot, and there's a lot of people coming here. The TA or Molten Barn is an iconic historic barn in Mormon Row, historic district of Grand Teton National Park. And I did my research, and this barn is very old, very, very old. It was built on, I think, on 1912 and 1945, and it's very, very popular. So, Drita Marto. So our second stop was Jenny Lake. During peak season, especially in summer, this is what it looks like. The most common challenge is parking. It is very difficult to find a spot, and in our experience, it took more than an hour just to get a parking space. Or may pag-abot. Silang may pag-abot. Nakadaghan diri ang mga kuan. Grabe kay summer, mang good peak season, diba? So daghan kay mga ni. And if you don't bring snacks or food, there's a convenience store nearby Jenny Lake with plenty of food options. So we just decided to grab some noodles and take a quick break before continuing our trip. And right now we are on our way to Jenny Lake, and Jenny Lake is the most amazing and bluest water I've ever seen. So in Jenny Lake, you can do many activities. Here we've seen people doing paddle boarding or paddleboard swimming, and kayaking. But take note, even it's already June, the water is still too cold because Jenny Lake is considered an alpine lake even in the middle of summer. So that means even summer, Jenny Lake stays icy cold. It's like the mountains are still melting into it. So it is really located in the heart of the Grand Teton mountain range and was formed by glaciers thousands of years ago because of its high elevation. So I think the lake is about 6,800 feet or 2,073 meters.
Hoy, bawal maligo!
And it's surrounded by rugged mountains and it fits the definition of an alpine lake. That is also why the water looks so clear and cold. It's fed by snow melt from the Tetons. And our next stop is Hidden Falls. There are two ways to get there. You can either take a scenic trail hike or choose a boat ride for a quicker and more relaxing trip to the falls. So we decided to just ride a boat shuttle from Jenny Lake to Hidden Falls. Inspiration Point, it is not free and the price depends on one-way or round-trip tickets. So the current boat's fare right now, I think, the adults from 13 years old to 61 years old is around $20 round trip, and for one way it's $12 to $15 depending on dock payment method. And for kids like 2 to 12 years old, I think it's around $12 round trip and $10 one way, $10 or $15 one way. And senior, I think they have discounted fare or payment. It's about $17 to $18 round trip, and under 2 years old, that is for free. And the boat ride is only like 10 to 15 minutes each way, but it saves you a long 2 and 4 mile hike around the lake. And from the boat dock, it's just about 10 to 15 minutes hike to Hidden Falls. It is so short but super scenic. Why? Because you can see a lot of rivers and like you are kind of like walking straight into a postcard. And take note, Hidden Falls is one of the most visited waterfalls in Grand Teton National Park, but it still feels like hidden gem because you have to hike or take a boat to reach that view.
My name is Matt. Me and Peter as well. We both own cabins. We'll be taking you across a couple of safety things to go over. And in the fourth row, 2 front rows on the right hand side, we have child life jackets on board as well. Put this on, undo the waist strap next to the hole, retighten the waist strap and put it to that D-ring and you'll float. We have a life ring in the water. That's in case anyone's in it, we'll be able to help them out. And our emergency exits are the side of the boat and the front of the boat, not towards the engines, but I'm not too bad, so no need to run away from me. Really beautiful day out here. This is a glacial lake. It's fed by Mount Moran. This is the far one over there that has a glacial on it. It looks small, but it actually is a glacier. Everything else is snow and it'll melt away in here. This will hide away and we'll see the Grand in the canyon. Please remain seated and I'll give you some more information about wildlife and trails. We're dropping you off shortly here at the west dock. We have Mount Keweenaw and Mount Owen here, and in between those is Grand. And mountain right in front of us is Mount St. John's. But we got Inspiration Point right there. You might be able to see a couple of people moving around up top there. That takes a mile to get to, a mile back down.
Well, since it's month of June, there's a lot of people visiting this place. So as you can see, the trail looks like this, wide open but not too wide, just enough for 2 people to walk side by side. So at this time, we've seen a lot of visitors. So we also experience like trail traffic, but it's actually part of the fun. You get to see people from different races, cultures, and hear different language all along the way.
Hello! Wow! Woo!
Nice ko ay.
Wow. Very nice. Go, love. Quarter of mile lang man daw. Pilde. Pilde ang nag-gym. Happy ko nag-gym ka. Hapit na kita. Oh, nanata. Oh. Hey. Wow.
The waterfall is fed by snowmelt from the Teton Range, which means the water is icy, cold, and flows strongest in late spring and early summer. So it drops about 100 feet or 30 meters over rocky cliffs, creating that powerful rushing sound you hear even before you see it. So it is located deep in the forest. So the first view of it feels like a surprise, almost like you discover it while hiking. So even though it's popular, the mist from the falls and surrounding trees makes it feels more magical, especially in the morning maybe, I don't know. But yeah, right now it's like late afternoon, so during this time still too cold. There's a lot of people, but it's really nice to see. It's really worth the hike and worth the drive. Ended our Teton adventure at Jackson Lake Dam. So this is where the lake water is controlled, and it gives one of the most peaceful final views of the Tetons with the mountains reflecting over the water. It's huge. It's really a huge dam. From the towering mountains that welcome us at the start to the crystal clear waters of Jenny Lake, the short hike of the Hidden Falls to the Hidden Falls and the peaceful Jackson Lake Dam, and this unforgettable last stop that we have, the Molten Barn. So my advice, if you ever get the chance to visit Grand Teton, don't hesitate to visit those places, and those are truly unforgettable. And with that, our Grand Teton journey ends here. See you in the part 2 of our Yellowstone National Park adventure. Until the next adventure, friends, thank you for watching.